Welcome once again to our episode on what happened this week. One of the three news that we have for you today has to do with age. With age, Maria, Alex, do you guys have kids younger? Well, let me see, kids or grandkids younger than 17? Maria, do you?
Yes, I do. I have a granddaughter that's two. So
Okay, good news. Good news for you. How about you, Alex?
No kids younger than 19.
Okay, same with me and no grandkids yet. Well, we are going to have a very good news for those who have either children or grandchildren younger than 17 and younger, because there's good news for that group. But before we get to that point, again, this is what happened this week, a recap of some happenings in the country, Arizona, and the ARP. And we're going to get started. We are going to show the first point, which is going to be covered by Alex. Take it away, Alex.
Well, here we go again. This is kind of a scratch your head type of newsmaker because despite Ducey's announcement disbanding the nursing home board, current members may remain in the roles. So it's like, what happened then? I mean,
Right.
the governor said that they're going to dismantle the board. They announced this back in May, or the governor announced it back in May. This is the board that's responsible for licensing the nursing homes, and now it seems like some of these board members will be keeping their positions, and some of these are board members that are on basically volunteers. But there are some paid positions, at least three of them, that are keeping their positions through March of 2022. So I don't know. It's kind of
Interesting.
a interesting one.
Right.
What is
Well,
happening there? We don't know.
yeah, and again, nursing home became a huge issue with the COVID-19 pandemic, and I think this is still the results of some of the outcomes of changes and stuff like that. So thank you for
One thing
that
is for
news.
certain, David,
Yeah.
the future of nursing home board is in limbo, and these nursing homes in Arizona, basically, are going to be left still wondering who's managing, who's overseeing it. We'll see what happens.
Well, our audience should know that we are on top of this issue, and we will be bringing them news as they come. So thank
Yeah.
you for that. I'll cover the next one. And again, I was talking about the child tax credit. As we know, there is a child tax credit that is provided for $2,000. It's been there for a long time, but due to the pandemic and the stimulus money, they boosted to 3,600 for child 0 to 5 years old, and 3,000 for child 6 through 17. So that's why I was asking Maria. I wonder, Maria, does your son and daughter-in-law know about this credits? I assume they do.
actually, they do. Yes, they're using it.
Even the increase that is going to happen this year?
I think so. Yeah.
Good for them. Good for them. And the thing is that they don't have to do anything provided they've been filing taxes, which I have to believe that they do or have. And they don't have anybody who files taxes. They don't have to do anything to receive this credits. They'll get them. The interesting thing about the new thing about this child the tax credit for 2021 is that they will be getting, guess what? Monthly payments. This is a credit that was claimed at the end of the, or actually when you filed, this would happen in 2022. For 2021, they would get the $3,600 or $3,000, depending on the ages of the children. However, this time around, they'll be getting payments. Monthly payments, they'll be coming in from July 15 to December 15. And guess what? There is going to be obviously a remainder for the remainder of the amount. They can claim the rest of it when they file taxes in 2022. Now, here's the last 2 points, which I think is very, very important, and that is that the IRS is offering a tool. Actually, it's two tools. One is to unenroll those folks that prefer not to get the payments on a monthly basis and just get the full amount next year, they need to go to that tool, and I'm showing it there. Is the www.irs.gov. They need to click on Get Answers on the Advanced Child Tax Credit, and they will have the two options. One would be for the first tool, which has to do with unenrolling for monthly payments, and that would mean that they get a lump sum at the beginning of the year next year. And then the next one would be the tool for non-filers. There's a lot of people, I think there's a lot of people that do not file for various reasons, especially if they didn't file for 2019 and 2020. They need to go to this tool and register, pretty much provide some basic information so that the IRS knows about you and your children, and then the payments can come. That's the site right there. And if there's no questions, we can move on to the next one. Any questions at all on this one? I think it's pretty clear, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think, David, for grandparents raising their grandchildren, this might be really important. And
It'll help
some
them.
grandparents might not file taxes, but this would be really good for them.
Definitely, definitely. And you bring a good point, because a lot of grandparents that are raising grandchildren, they have the custody and they will get that credit for them, but they sometimes, because of income, etc., they don't file taxes. So that's a very, very good point. And the last, Alex, what is the budget all about?
Well, the latest on the budget, the Arizona Senate passed a $12.8 billion budget for the coming fiscal year early Wednesday, and that contains some massive income tax cuts. However, these cuts seem to benefit more of the wealthy population rather than the middle class and the lower end. The people that make less money on it.
Right.
So this was a marathon session, and one thing to point out is that the package includes the tax cut and big expansion for Arizona private school voucher program, both of which go against ballot measures backed by voters in the last two elections. The package also includes a ban on teaching critical race theory and prohibitions on vaccine or mask mandates. And it strips power from some of the state's most prominent elected Democrats. So this was supposed to be voted today in the House. I still haven't heard what happened with that, but more than likely it is going to be passing, and it'll be signed by the governor.
So there, based on your sharing, that there doesn't seem to be that much of a contradiction from party lines. Was that the case? Is this something that pretty much they all agree and then just are going with it?
Well, it was pretty much a party line vote, but they made some changes to it, and it's finally, obviously, the House and the Senate are controlled by Republicans, so that's probably the reason that it's passing the way it is.
Right. Well, Maria, Alex, thank you so much. This does it. 3 points, very important ones, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Bye-bye.
See you next week. Take care.